आज मेरो भेट चाहिँ एकदम विशिष्ट व्यक्तिसँग भएको छ हैन। म सम्झना गराउन चाहन्छु उहाँको नाम चाहिँ बेन्ड, जो चाहिँ जर्मनीका नागरिक हुनुहुन्छ, जो चाहिँ नेपाल म जन्मिनु भन्दा पूर्व नै नेपाल बस्नु भएको रहेछ हैन। मैले सामाजिक सञ्जालमा भिडियोहरू हाल्ने क्रममा उहाँले चाहिँ मलाई फलो गर्नुहुने रहेछ र मसँग चाहिँ भेट्ने इच्छा राख्नु भएको भएर आज हाम्रो भेट भएको छ। उहाँ चाहिँ 1973 देखि 1976 सम्म नेपालमा हुनुहुने रहेछ। उहाँले मलाई चाहिँ भेट्ने इच्छा व्यक्त गरे सँगसँगै हाम्रो आज भेट भएको छ। बेन, इट इज माई प्रिभिलेज टु मीट यू।
Same here. I was looking forward to talk to you.
I was speaking in Nepali a little bit so that people know something about you.
Yeah.
You know, I have been telling like you have been to Nepal like since 1973 to 1976, right?
Actually, to 1973 to 1976.
Okay.
And then from 2008 to 2015.
How come to go Nepal?
I was very
Because
young.
you know,
everybody went to India and Nepal.
yeah.
They all thought we find peace in Nepal. Like Nepalis think they find riches when they come to Denmark.
Okay, yeah, that's how.
So that's why many people, young people from the West went to India and especially Nepal.
As I know that your wife is from Nepal as well, right?
Yeah,
Okay, so you got married.
in 2008.
Okay, so you are in a happy relationship right now. And what I really wanted to know is like, how do you feel about Nepali people? Because you are very much connected, right?
Yeah,
You are very much connected with Nepalese community, because I have seen that you have been posting to make a lot to Nepali people who wants to come to Denmark, who wants to live in Denmark, or who are trying to apply in Denmark. Could be authorization visa, could student visa. It used to be NELS, but now NELS is gone. So how do you feel about Nepali community?
actually two questions. Nepali community in Denmark,
Yes.
or you mean Nepalese
Yeah,
people
first,
in general?
First, let's go through Nepali people in general, and then in Denmark.
Well, I meet some of them on a regular basis. Others, I'm not meeting so many Nepalis in my daily life.
As you have seen my videos, sometimes, you know, I just try to help people, you know, I just try to alert people, and that makes you to bring us here.
Yeah.
And I'm really thankful to you.
Yeah. Okay. The reason why I am doing what I'm doing is that I can see too much suffering in the Nepali community in Denmark.
Yeah.
And when I look at it, and it looks to me like people seem not to have the knowledge
Yeah.
how to do here in Denmark and what to do.
Of course.
And I get maybe 20 requests, you know. You posted a job, yes? I say, yes, in this group, you know.
Yeah.
Go look for it. No,
Yeah.
I cannot find it. I say, use search option. What is that? They don't know that there is this looking glass, you know, and you type in. I found out that actually a lot of people, they come here and they do not know how to use simple
So you mean like
tools.
they have lack of information or lack of
How they going
technique
to search for
find
a job if they
here in
don't know
Denmark?
about the search option on
Yeah.
Google, for example?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So earlier I stopped you and about like how do you feel about a Nepali community, could be in Nepal or here in.
I like to be in Nepal, for example. You walk down the street, people look at each other,
Yeah.
they greet each other.
Yeah.
Maybe they try to sell you something, you know.
Yeah.
Next time they meet you, they don't sell, they ask you want to drink chia. Chia khane, masanga.
Yeah. The Nepali people, they have a great heart. Being as a Nepali, you know.
And they have big heart. But this big heart and friendliness also comes at a price. If you go to Nepal as a tourist,
Yeah.
speak English,
Yeah.
You're there as a tourist and speak English. You don't know anything about Nepal. You know some of the sites.
Yeah.
Like this, Nepalis shouldn't come here.
Yeah.
Because it's the same. If people open themselves and try to speak the language, even only try to make an effort, people will be very, very different. I was asked, do you want to buy this tanka or you want to buy this flute? You know, when you walk in Tamil or wherever. No?
Yeah.
And then I looked at people sometimes and asked, Tapaiko बिचारमा जिन्दगी के हो?
तपाईको विचारमा जिन्दगी के होला? हेर्नुस् त कति मिठो नेपाली बोल्नुहुन्छ उहाँले.
So next time they meet me, they didn't want to sell me the flute anymore. They wanted to drink tea with me and talk.
Okay.
And find out who is this person. Huh? And
you have seen the Nepal which we have never seen, you know. You went to Nepal before I born.
Yeah.
You know, it's and I have found you here in Denmark. I'm so grateful to you. What makes you to go to Nepal is you have told me earlier that you had run a consultancy in Scandinavian Link.
We started that in Kathmandu.
Okay. During that period, 1973, that you have told?
No, we started that in 2008.
Okay, in 2008, okay.
After I got married,
okay.
We started that.
Okay, so you started
2008.
Kathmandu Scandinavian Link in 2008.
Yeah. You see, the difference between Nepal and Denmark is me as a foreigner in Nepal on a marriage visa.
Yes, it's hard.
A permanent residence permit. I'm not allowed to work.
You are not allowed to work.
No.
Right.
So students, nurses, they are allowed to work here.
Okay.
But nobody comes and provides you a job.
Of course, yes.
And this is many, they think they should come and provide you a job. Yeah.
So, okay, we have talked a little bit things when you were in Nepal. I want to know, how do you feel about Nepali community right now here in Denmark? How do you feel? And what is your advice to the students who wants to come here in Denmark now? The private college is changing the rules, has changed the rules so far, so that is not the point. But I want to come later on about authorization visa.
So you see, all those Nepalese who have been here for several years now, who studied at Niels Brock like little more than 2 years ago.
Yeah.
They are fine, they can stay, no problem.
Yeah.
But there are so many who came last year and so on, and they cannot stay. They can just go to Spain, you say. No? One boy comes and helps us to clean a little bit at home. Yeah. She is Tamang Keti.
Okay.
She came here 4 or 5 months ago.
Okay.
And I posted in a Facebook group, we need someone to help us cleaning a little. Please don't send message, just comment here and we will contact you. Okay. I got 40 messages.
Yeah, it's because, you know, it's very hard to find job in Denmark. That's why
then
if you post something on social media, then you are going to get like 100 of messages just because of one thing.
Yes. So then I looked at every single message. Yeah. Half of them locked profile.
Okay. It's really hard.
So how to choose someone?
Yeah, of course. It's me also sometimes very hard. Some people, he wants to or she wants to talk with you, and when we want to talk with them, but they lock their profile. It's kind of not fair, you know. I want to say this thing in Nepali, okay, so that people will understand more. Like हाम्रो उहाँले के भन्नुहुन्छ भने डेनमार्कमा जस्तै कतिजनाले कामको लागि अफर गर्नुहुन्छ अथवा कमेन्ट गर्नुहुन्छ हैन, अनि त्यसपश्चात कन्ट्याक्ट गर्न खोज्यो, उहाँहरूले चाहिँ प्रोफाइल लक गरेको हुनुहुन्छ, अनि कस्तो तरिकाले हामीले चाहिँ अप्रोच गर्ने त प्रोफाइल नै लक गरेर बसिसके पछाडी भनेर भन्नुहुन्छ हैन, प्राइभेट गरेर बसिसके पछाडी यो पनि अलिकति अनफेयर जस्तो हो कि भनेर म पनि भन्छु, उहाँले पनि भन्नुहुन्छ. You are right, actually, you know. I also feel the same thing that you have felt.
Yeah, job if you know someone. Huh?
Yeah, it's very hard, like unless you know somebody, unless any reference, then it's very hard to find a job here in Denmark right now. You know, I have been telling this thing in social media maybe once a day, you know.
Yeah.
And sometimes people just
China.
can't China, they don't listen, you know. And sometimes people like they don't believe, and some people might also think like he's faking, you know, he's not telling the truth. Who is from like who is looking from Nepal might think like this is not the real thing. But as you can see, Ben is here. It's really hard to find a job here in Denmark right now.
You say
Not
hard,
only-
I say, yeah, actually almost impossible right now.
You see,
Summer holidays started for the students.
and I'm not even able to find a single job. Summer has started, and some of them, not many of them, I cannot say some of them, many of them even don't have a single hour job. So you can imagine how hard here in Denmark.
And they have to pay tuition fee in August.
Yeah, you see.
Installments, you know.
Yeah, it's really hard.
Yeah.
It's really hard. So we cannot do anything, you know. We just
No.
try to alert people, you know, who are trying to come, just to make sure, okay, even though we tell to people any way they will come here, but at least if they mentally prepare, like, okay, there is something wrong,
Yeah.
like it's hard to find the job or hard to find an apartment here in Denmark.
Yeah.
So if they come prepared,
Yeah.
that makes a difference, you know. They don't get stressed.
When they come here and find out about the real situation,
Yeah.
then they cannot, we cannot say, you didn't listen, you know. So now
Yeah.
it has always been very hard to convince Nepalese people
Yeah, it's
and
very
telling
hard.
them the truth. They don't really want to know the truth. They have a dream and they see this, you know, and
Yeah, I know.
all
I'm from Nepal,
obstacles.
and I
They
can
say
relate
that,
these
no,
things.
it doesn't matter. No?
Yeah, I can understand what you said. It's very hard to make believe to our community people. Sometimes even I say the real things, you know, they keep commenting bad comments, you know, they don't believe. Like 4 months ago, I started saying, say no to Denmark for September intake. If you have seen my videos, you know, people are making, you know, doiting videos with me, that's saying that somebody in Denmark, a TikToker says, say no to Denmark, you know, he has come from Portugal, and he's there in Denmark, and he says people not to come because this and that, you know. Because I was telling the truth, you know. I was not telling not to come. I was telling at least if you could stop one intake back, then it might get better and you can come in the other intake, you know. I was just trying to convey the real message, but people don't listen it.
Yeah.
But
They like to listen to and believe.
yeah,
Yeah.
let's see how it will be in the future. But for now, yeah, it's really hard in Denmark, and it's really nice to have you here and have you in my video, Ben. Okay, thank you for inviting me. We are friends, you know. And
Koi.
कफी हामी एकछिनपछि लिएर आउने,
हुन्छ.
हामी एकछिनपछि कफी खाने,
Yeah.
किनभने कफी भन्दा पनि तपाईसँग कुरा गर्न नै मजा लागिरहेको छ.
Yeah, but next intake there will come less Nepalese.
Yeah,
all those
hopefully, yes.
only those who applied before 2nd of March.
Yeah.
Others will not come where they only can study now
Yes.
and not work. No?
Of course, yes.
Yeah, but still a lot of people are coming. You have no idea how many nurses and their families are on the way.
Yeah, there are,
Look, just today, 8 people contacted me, nurses, all with families. No?
so you also receive messages from like
Yeah, just today,
Just
8
today.
messages,
It's-
you know,
it's
from
really hard.
nurses. And then half of them a locked profile.
and you cannot reply them because you
and
don't
if
know
I
them.
tell them that, yeah, you're welcome to come, you have opportunity to become, to get authorization and
Yeah.
work and make money and have a good life, but don't come with your whole family.
Of
Who's
course,
looking
yeah.
after the children?
Of course,
There's no job available.
Yes, of
take
course,
money,
because
you
the
know.
one who got a visa, maybe like a husband could be a doctor or wife could be a nurse.
Yeah.
They have to start a language, so they don't have time to see their child.
Yeah.
And one of the dependent, they have to find a job and
then who
work.
looks baby?
Who looks a baby?
This costs a lot of money
And
in
it costs a
Denmark.
lot to
Yeah.
pay for kindergarten and.
But you see, one thing is also, my wife is a Nepalese. She is working in the health sector.
Okay.
And she earns over 40,000 a month.
Okay, that's good. That's
She
good to know.
took her education here. She knows what it means.
She's a nurse. Is your wife a nurse?
Not a nurse. She is a social or sundheds
I don't know.
assistant. Okay. This is a social and health assistant.
Okay, so she's in the health sector. So
She works with drug addicts
okay.
who have a mental disease as well,
Okay.
a double diagnosis.
Okay, that's good to know.
In like a community where there are living maybe 20 people like this together.
Okay.
And she is there looking after, medicine and this and that. And, 2 years she studied Danish full time.
Okay, so she studied 2 years and then she...
And then first she could start to understand what it means
Language,
for authorization.
So you mean until and unless you don't know the language, then it is not able
You will
to start
not get a job.
nurse in the health sector. Like
You will not.
Of course. So बेन्डले के भन्दै हुनुहुन्छ भने नर्सिङ अथोराइजेसनमा आउन चाहनेहरू आइसके पछाडि एटलिस्ट 2 year they have to.
As my wife took 2 years.
Okay.
Every day she went to school.
Okay. It's really hard. जसरी हामी चाहिँ नेपालबाट आउँदाखेरि यो आउने बित्तिकै नर्सिङ फिल्डमा काम गर्न पाइन्छ भन्ने मानसिकता बोकेर आउँदाखेरि चाहिँ गाह्रो हुन्छ हैन. What I am telling is like if you have in your mind that if you are coming in Denmark and as soon as you arrive you won't be able to start job in the nursing sector or in the health sector because you have to pass the language, you have some criteria or you have some requirements, so that and then you will be able to join that sector
after getting authorization.
After getting
And
authorization.
one thing is Denmark is a small country.
Yeah.
Like old people, like a lot of nurses, they think they can get easily job in old people home.
Yeah.
But they don't speak English in old people home.
Yeah, it's hard.
In hospitals where people are sick, they do not want to speak English.
Yes.
They're in pain. They don't want to use the brain and try to. They need someone, Danish, of course.
Yeah.
There is one Nepali who is posting at Dawoodi, about you can get job in nursing homes and so on.
Okay.
He is offering jobs. I looked everywhere, researched, there is nothing to find there. This looks to me like scam. But a lot of people,
people have to be very much careful because here in Denmark, I have been posting time and again that sometimes you get a call or sometimes you get a message that there is a job offer, and in there as well, people are trying to scam, so you have to be careful every time, each and every second, because it's very hard to find a job and somebody is trying, somebody is taking benefit of it. So we have to be very careful.
Yeah.
So Ben, it's really honor to have you here. Okay. Thank you very much for your words. Okay. We will keep in touch. And at last, if you want to say something to Nepali community people here in Denmark, especially, if you want to say something.
Yeah.
You can just...
I just wish that all you nurses and doctors come here alone and look how the situation is for yourself. Don't take your whole family with. You do not know what is going to wait for you here. You won't get accommodation very easy. A job, maybe in October or after October you can get some work again. So come alone and see.
उहाँले भन्दै हुनुहुन्छ विशेष गरी अहिले नर्सिङ अथोराइजेसनमा धेरै आउने गरेको हुनुहुन्छ नि त, सकेसम्म फ्यामिली लिएर नआउनु, फ्यामिली लिएर आउँदाखेरि बच्चा हुनेले घरमा बच्चा हेरेर बस्नुपर्ने हुन्छ अथोराइजेसनमा आउनेले ल्याङ्ग्वेज सुरु गर्नुपर्छ बच्चा कसले हेर्ने काम कसले गर्ने गाह्रो हुनसक्छ भनेर भन्नुहुन्छ कृपया मनन गर्नु होला भन्न चाहन्छु हामीले त दिने एउटा सूचना मात्रै हो अनुरोध मात्र हो हैन त्यसमा डिसिजन त तपाईको नै हुन्छ थ्यांक यू सो मच बेन फर कमिङ हियर एन्ड इन्भाइटिङ मी हियर वी गोना ह्याभ सम कफी लेटर अन ओके बिकज तपाईसँग कुरा गर्दाखेरि एकदमै मजा लाग्यो मलाई थ्यांक यू सो मच
के को लाग्यो
मजा लाग्यो
Moja.
Maja means like I'm enjoying talking with you, having fun with you. Okay. Thank you. Dhanyavad. Thank you so much, Ben. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Namaste.
Namaste.